Hello and welcome, my friend. Here is the card doctor Peter Finn, and next, my friend, I will do presentation and I will introduce to you this really good tool for car repairs and any other repairs, and this is Makita cordless angle grinder tool, and this is really excellent device. And let's go to look that how I can use that and how these batteries works, because this is now battery based tool. Okay, and firstly, where I can purchase this device. I have purchased this device from internet and like place like Amazon.com, and next we can see this picture that where is this product in Amazon.com. Here we can see the picture of Amazon.com internet place, and Amazon is excellent place to purchase, and we have also some another place, good place also to purchase. Okay, and then I open this package, and let's look at what this package includes. Okay, and firstly, there is first Makita gift. There is this disc for this multi-purpose stainless, this cutting and sanding, very good thing. And then let's go forward, and then there is in Makita style really good instructions in here, and also this info, starting pre-info that how to use, excellent. And then here is this most important thing, this tool and handle, and here is this opening and close tool, and then this protective cover, and that was all. And then when I start to assemble that tool, firstly I have to install this protective cover, and this is made really nicely by this Makita way. Look, firstly I can open this protective, this plastic cover, so that I press this switch and then this plastic cover opens. This part purpose is to protect this our disc, that this disc won't damage. This is the purpose. And because sometimes we can drop this whole machine and then this disc can broken. And firstly I install this my protective cover in this tool, and for that purpose I have to open these these metallic plates in here, and for that stopping I press the switch in here, and same time I can rotate these plates, and note that these plates goes only in one way. This is the inner plate and this is outer, but later I will show you that what is the right way. And then there is the second plate, and this goes only one direction back in here, but I will show also this later. And then look, this is really nice engineering. There is this switch. I have not ever seen like that. This is the quality. When I open the switch, and then there are specific dents, we can see those dents in here, and here is bigger dent. They fit just in these dents in here. Look, they are different size. This is Japanese engineering. Name is Pokayoke, if I remember right. And now when I rotate that my cover, it goes in just in that way. Now there are those bits, look. These holes take contact in these holes in here. Really cool. This is nice. And now when this protective cover is in here, I can adjust that in any direction. And then when I like to stop in this position, I use the switch, look. And now it's closed. This is nice engineering. And then there is this screw, what I need to next little bit adjust. And for that purpose I need Phillips head screwdriver, because now this my cover is moving and it is not good, and that's I fasten this screw that way, and now this cover is not moving. Excellent. And then when I have this cover in my handle, then I need to install these disc support plates back. And remember, this area where is this dent, this goes in this down area, like in that way. This is the right way. And then there is also important that I have to rotate that so long that this locks, like in here, in this way. There is this dent and it goes only one way. This is important to remember, that rotate this part. We have better view, and there is really idea that when I install this plate, it goes in that way, and then I need to rotate, and then suddenly it goes a little bit deeper. Okay, now this part is in position, and then there is the second part, but before of that I need now disc. Okay, and for this disc, this is disc for sanding. Look, this is very thick that material. But then if I like to cut something, I need cutting disc, like in that way. What this thickness is 1 millimeter in here. And this is cutting disc, because this is so thin, and this is for sanding, if I like to remove some rusty or corrosion. And this disc is for this cutting for steel and any material. Okay, and this, now I like to use this cutting disc. And now when I install that disc, it is always to good install this disc so that these all paintings are effaced in here, like in that way. There is these paintings and text. This is the right way, or actually it is, in that case it is not right. In this one goes in that area in here, sorry, but in that one, because this is cutting disc, both sides are good. There is this metallic plate, and this plate must be take to contact with that locking screw and bolt. And now when I install this my cutting disc in here, it goes nicely, and in that point there is only important thing that I installed that enough deep. And let's go to look closer. And this enough deep means that if I install that in this way, it is wrongly. Enough deep means that this metallic plate and then this below support plate, they are same plane, like in that way. And then my final thing is to install this locking bolt in back in here. And now when I install this my locking bolt, I have to think that in what way this goes. And in that way there is purpose that this plate must be in contact in that way, that it take contact. And if I install this in this way, then this goes also very nicely. And that's I think that now when I install that, I have to think that in which way I install that, because soon we can see the result. And now I select this way, because the only purpose for that disk is, and this bolt is, that this disk is in here in secure, and there is no any tolerance or clamp or any movement. And now when I have installed that, now there is no any tolerance. But let's look if I decided to install that in another way, in here. Now I believe that there can be some tolerance. Yes, and this is bad. If you install this disk in that way, that it moves in here, this is bad. And that's I open that bolt, and now when we can see that it is moving, now I have to press this lock button in here. Look, it goes down. And when I press that down, same time I can open this bolt. And now when I install this my bolt in this way, and I rotate this in here, good. And now I check this movement. Now there is no any movement in here. I need to next do this fastening with that tool. Okay, this tool is really for that disc tight and fastening. And there are those two pins, and these two pins fit in these holes in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can install that in this way, and this is right way, because in this position I can't open because this cover is in here. And now when I install that in here, I have the same time press this lock button in here, in down, and then a little bit I only, and when I press that note, that I have to press that down, and same time same thing rotate, that it suddenly locks. This is the purpose. Now I press, now it's locked, but if I move that little bit and then I press, this is not locked. Look, there is locking area in here. Now it's locked, and then I can fasten this my disc. And in that fastening and tight, we need only a small amount of force, not too much, because otherwise we have difficulties to open that bolt. Okay, and now this my tool is ready for this work, but before of that I like to show you that how to use this sanding disc. And now I have to open this bolt, and for that opening I need this my tool, and I install that in here, and now it moves. But when I press this my button in here, and then I rotate a little bit, soon this lock, now it's locked. And now when it is locked, I have to constantly, all time, press this button in down, in this direction. And now I open, and now this opening is this way, start, end. And this can be in some time to be tight. But now I managed to open, good. And now I remove that bolt. And now when we install this sanding disc, this lower plate, it can be in same area, but this disc goes only in this way, not in that way, because otherwise it takes contact to this cover. And this is not way, in that way, and look that this dent is in down, and it goes nicely. And now I have to install this my bolt so that this upper part, this heel in here, it goes now in this inner area. Look, in that way, Now I install that in here, and let's go to look closer. Okay, now we have nice view, and in here now I have to rotate this my bolt in this direction, and I keep this my disc in here, and then this moves nicely. Cool. And now I have to remember to little bit do this tight, and now I press this my lock button in here and little bit force. Okay, locking is now, and now this is well. And final part is to check that this moves nicely. Okay, and this moves nicely. Good. And then of course there is my handle grip, and this handle grip goes in this hole in here or in that side. I can choose what side I use. In here I can install that in here or then in here, and I like to use this like in this left hand, and I rotate this my, and this goes nicely in here, and there is even possibility that I can use tool if I like to tight more, but this is easy to tight so that only handle and in here, and now everything is fine. Excellent. And then when I start to use that, this tool works so that I press this switch in here, and now I need battery, and this is this purchase one point, that we need to also purchase this 18 volts battery, and there is different sides of these, and what a bigger battery, then we have more power. And I have now batteries, and let's go to look that. Okay, and I have in here my old Makita. This is 5 ampere hours battery. I recommend this size because this is more powerful, and this costs about $60, and it is good to be 2 of these if we work all time. But if we work only one time, this one battery is enough. And then there is this LED indicator. When I press the button, it tells that this is full of power for LED. Okay, and then installation is really easy for Makita way. There is this slot, and this goes only in here one way. This is excellent because I can install that in only one way, and if someone can install that in many ways, it is then really cool. But now when we hear this lock sound, it is in position, and remove happens so that white switch and then pull out. And let's go to look closer. Now we can see this closer, and now when I install this part in here, this goes nicely in this way. Excellent. Okay, and now when battery is ready, then this tool is ready for use. And remember that when we use that, do not ever press this button, only that button, and use protective glasses and ear protection. And I take my tool, these safety things, next. Okay, and you have to purchase firstly these protective eyeglasses, because there is all time flying small particles to our face, and this is mandatory tool when we use that. And then second is that we need good quality ear protection, and this 3M and Peltor glass is excellent. 3M is the good choice. And then, because this is dangerous job, I recommend these protective gloves like this Oregon makes really good these protective gloves, because sometimes it happens that this tool slips and it can cut to our skin really bad hurt cut and found this bloody cutting in here, and that's use also always protective clothes. And now I install this my protective things in position, and then when I start, that starting happens so that I need to only press this switch in here and I keep that handle. And this use is really easy, and I can even use this with one hand, and there is 0 and 1 position, and I can really install this always on. Really nice. And there is also this arrow what tells that what is this direction. And then my recommendation is, my friend, that keep always 2 hands in here when you work, always one handle in here and second in here, because sometimes this tool can hit to against us, and this is like cutting knife when it rotates fastly. Look. And when you follow these my orders, you can work with this tool really nicely. Okay, and then let's go to look at how I sand a little bit rusty in my car. Okay, and now I have found in my excellent car that there is a little bit rusty in here, and I remove these rusties and I install new paint in here. And let's go to look at how this sanding happens. Okay, firstly I take contact grip in here, in that way. Tool is ready. We look that rusty point when I little bit sand that. Okay, and now I can see that there is actually a little bit more of these rusties, and that's I have to now take all of these things away, and I have to weld in here small steel plate in here. Okay, and now I also noticed that this my tool is a little bit big in this position, but at least we can see the situation, and next I will, in future, I will add in here welding plate, and I will install in here this paint in here, and then this is nice. Okay, excellent. That kind of information to you.